Welcome to the Lesson of the Week with yours truly, Sean Thunder Wallace. I'm a performer, composer, and professor of music at The Ohio State University. This weekly program is designed to inspire and inform the serious music student. We're all students here, so join me on the path of discovery as we learn together.
I'm a little confused about how you have a quiet supported sound.
Okay. Good question. So, if I'm playing loud, okay, so I'm supporting every note. I'm playing to the end of the phrase. You can do the same thing with a lower volume. Okay, so the sound quality is a little different because the saxophone sounds different when it's loud. It reaches more of its full potential when you play it loud. The metal's all resonating and vibrating, and that's that's typically what you want. But if I can't play at that volume, I can still expel the same kind of energy. So, as opposed to or even softer. And what I'm noticing happening when I'm playing louder, it's actually less work.
Okay.
But the middle volume was I just backed off a little bit on the. See, how can I say that? I don't want to tell you to back off on the amount of air, because usually what that's going to translate into is you stopping supporting your sound. Okay, so don't do that. But you do have to back off, obviously, on the amount of air that you're putting through the instrument. But what it is what you're backing off actually going through the instrument is if you're building more pressure in your stomach. And when I played soft, I really had to tighten my stomach muscles and really push, because I was trying to force a small amount of air to go through the horn and still be supported. I guess you can kind of think of it like this. I think this might be a good way to think about it. So you ever engines in cars. You heard of a turbo charged car. Well, the way that and especially a lot of earlier vehicles, and this is why my dad always steered me clear of buying a vehicle that had a turbo charger on it, because what a turbo does is it makes a smaller engine perform like a bigger engine. And so what happens is that obviously that smaller engine can't handle what a bigger engine can for as long as a bigger engine can. So it's going to the life of the motor is going to be substantially reduced. Okay, so it's kind of like when you're playing at a low volume, it's like you have a turbocharger on a small motor. And so you're trying to make that small motor do the same work that the big motor did. But when you're playing with a loud volume, you're playing with you got the whole big motor. And so since you have the whole big motor, it's almost like it's less work for the motor. But still the same amount of energy is being expelled.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So I don't know if that helps or that gives you an idea of what we're dealing with.
So you have to get to the same amount of energy, but if you're playing at a quieter volume, you have to make up the difference in pressure.
That's right. That's right. You have to. Right. Exactly. Right. So, and that's one of the things. It's real challenging to play intensely, but then quiet. That's real challenging. And from a wind player's perspective, I mean, you have like a couple sides of this. one side of it is just musically trying to deal with that. Because our tendency is like, if we're really playing the tennis, we're playing loud, right? So it's almost counterintuitive. So there's that aspect. But then, since we're wind players, then that's an added challenge, because then we have to be carrying more of the load in our body, which is like more wear and tear. But that's just what it is. That's why you got to go to the gym. All right.